all of your late night pinning to your nursery Pinterest board is about to come to life, today we're digging in on our best cribs of 2025. Congratulations! You're about to become parents, and this is where the fun begins. It's time to go ahead and start designing your little one's nursery, and as a mom myself to two little boys, I know that this is certainly a rite of passage and probably one of the most exciting parts of your journey into parenthood. So my name's Judith. I've been with Team Bugz for 5 years. I've purchased 2 cribs myself because I wanted my nurseries to have a different vibe for each of my boys. So I'm really excited to talk you through some of our best options today. So as we go ahead and review 6 of our top cribs, there's a couple of things to remember just off the top as you begin your research. We're going to be going over some cribs that have been made overseas, but we're also going to be reviewing some options that are made right here in Canada or in Italy. So the difference between those 2 cribs is twofold. So anything that's made overseas is going to be made of a softer type of wood, where your Canadian made or Italian made options are made of a harder wood. They also have a different mattress support. Those overseas options generally have a metal mattress support, where the Canadian made and Italian made options have a wooden mattress support. So what does that actually mean to you? Nothing much. It really just comes down to an aesthetic. If you really want to use a crib skirt, we just find that those fit a little bit nicer on those wooden options. Some other things we'll touch on is an open-sided crib versus a closed slab of wood, or the different levels that your crib can accommodate. Generally, you have between 3 and 4 levels to choose from. So if you're a shorter mom like me and you find it hard to kind of dig into the crib, take note of those different height options. Last but not least, it's all about inclusions. Can your crib morph into a toddler bed? Does it include a toddler rail? Can you purchase that separately? Some of these options will be 3-in-1, 4-in-1, or even 5-in-1 that allow you to turn your crib into a double bed as your little one grows. Well, I'm excited to dig in. I love shopping, so let's go ahead and begin our review of our top cribs of 2025. Our first crib is the Hudson 3-in-1 convertible crib from Babyletto, and it is having a viral moment right now on TikTok. So here's why it's so great. It can be used as a traditional crib. It can be used as a toddler bed when you attach the toddler rail, which is included in your purchase, or you can take this front off fully and convert it into a day bed. But let's talk about how you would use it when your little one comes home from the hospital. Perhaps they're practicing some crib naps in their nursery. You can see here that we have our mattress up high. This has 4 different heights. And so if you're a shorty like me, you might want to just take note of which cribs have higher options so that you're not having to reach down and, put your little one, once they've fallen asleep on you, deep down into the crib as they get older. Once your little one is ready to transition out of their crib into that toddler bed, you would make sure that you have your mattress at the lowest and 4th position closer to the ground. Now remember, all of the cribs we're reviewing today do have a 50-pound maximum weight limit, and this also has a metal crib support. If you're really wanting to deck out your nursery, we do have some matching options for you in the form of a bookshelf, a side table, as well as some dresser drawer options. So let me know if the Hudson from Babyletto makes it onto your short list of must-have nursery items. Okay, we are coming in strong with option number 2. This is the Marin collection from Namesake, and I am absolutely obsessed with the mid-century modern vibes, as well as the cane detailing on the side of the crib. So earlier we mentioned things to look out for is, do you have a solid slab on the side of your crib versus an open area? So depending on the makeup of your room, how small or big that is, this actually gives you a great option to have your crib in an untraditional position in the middle of your nursery. There are so many great things about this option that I want to share with you. This is the fashion honey with the honey cane detail, but there are two other options that still have that honey look to it. So it's really up to you what your vibe is in the nursery. So now let's talk about how you'll be using this crib. It's a 3-in-1 again, which means you can purchase separately with this one, your toddler rail, to turn it into a toddler bed, or remove that completely and have it act as a day bed. We also have, as you saw before, a metal mattress support here that also allows for a bunch of different configurations as your little one grows. Now again, I admitted I'm on the shorter side at 5'2", and what I love about this option is that their top level is actually a lot higher. So for me, I really love that detail. Again, as we're going through these cribs, it really is up to you what aesthetic you're looking for, but I'm telling you, this one is a contender. Monogram by Namesake makes the Beckett 4-in-1 crib. And as you can see, this one looks a little bit different than some of the other options we've shown you so far. And that is, it has kind of this statement headboard here for your crib. So you're gonna wanna make sure it's on a feature wall in your nursery. So this fashion here is called Sandbar, but it does come in some other options. It has a matching chifforobe or a side table, or even some dresser options for you to choose from if you really want that matchy-matchy moment in your nursery. So this is made overseas in Vietnam. So if you're following along with what that means, we have 4 heights versus 3, and it also has a metal mattress support versus a wooden mattress support. So again, it's the little things. You can see just by looking here that the crib mattress is up a little bit higher than the first option we showed you from Babyletto. So if having your little one up high is important to you in those early days, just make sure that you're comparing different cribs and those heights to make sure that it's easy to get your little one in and out. Those are things that you're only going to learn as you do your research, like investing into the time to watch this video. So this is a 4-in-1 crib. Our first mode of use is going to be what you see here as a traditional crib. Then you could purchase for your second mode a toddler rail sold separately that will allow you to have this as a little toddler bed and some railings to keep your little one from falling out of their first big kid bed. Your next option is a day bed by simply removing the front of your crib and having it fully open. And then the last option is purchasing a conversion kit to turn this into a big kid double bed. The cool part is you would just simply use this nice headboard at the top. This would be your footboard, and then you would just add those bed rails separately. Okay, I am so invested. I want to know if we've hit on any of your Pinterest vibes so far with our top 3 cribs of 2025, but let's keep going. We're halfway there. Next up is a crib that is made in Canada. This is made of birch wood, and it is Tulip by Natart Bjorn collection. Not to be confused with Baby Bjorn carriers, but go ahead and add one of those to your baby registry while you're doing your research. So this actually has a wooden mattress support and 3 different levels. What makes this unique is it actually comes as a set with an extra large 3-drawer dresser. I've been known to direct our friends over to this set because I just think it looks really great. And that dresser, I love it. We have some other fashion options and colors that you can choose. We'll inlay those now for you to check out. But it's important to note that this does have the ability to have a second crib purchased separately if this was a situation of twins. So you absolutely can purchase this Bjorn crib on its own. However, the dresser comes with it as a set. If you want this crib to grow with your little one, you can absolutely purchase the toddler rail conversion kit separately. And when the time comes, simply remove the front of your crib, pop that little rail on to keep your little one from tumbling out of bed as they grow up. Again, reminding you that we do have a 50-pound weight limit on all of the cribs that we're reviewing today. regardless of if they're made in Canada or made overseas. I know what you're thinking, and I feel the same way. This graphite color is absolutely stunning. I love the dark kind of navy charcoal look of this Taylor 5-in-1 crib from Natart, and you'll love it too because it's actually made in Canada. So we have some similar features here that we've shown you in some other cribs, but there is an additional feature that I really want to call out for you. So let's start from the top. As you can see here, we have this headboard option that can be converted into a double bed as your little one grows, but we'll get there. It's just nice to have this focal in your nursery if that's something that you're interested in, which is why we really wanted to do this video to give you those close-up shots of all of the different features that these cribs have to offer. We want it to match your nursery. This is supposed to be an exciting time. So this, as I said, is made in Canada. We know this has 3 different heights because of that, as well as this wooden mattress support. This is probably one of the heavier cribs that we've featured today. It is made of birch wood. The first way you'll use this crib is as a traditional crib, as you see here, and then there are lots of additional accessories that you can add on in 5 different ways. So number 1 is crib. Number 2 is purchasing your toddler conversion kit to have a little rail on the side when your little one needs to convert this into a bed. Your next option is a daybed where you would fully remove this front panel. After that, you can turn this into a double bed using both the headboard and the footboard. But here's the cool part that I just love about this Taylor 5-in-1. You can actually purchase a low profile kit so that instead of this higher footboard, you have one that is flush to your mattress of your double bed. This is cool for so many options. So think about having your little one sit on the edge of their bed to put on their socks or shoes as they get older. It's easier when they become teenagers to make their bed because they don't have to worry about popping the sheets down with this footboard. Lots of different color options in this 5-in-1 Taylor, but I want to call out that you can actually purchase a beautiful dresser if you want to have that matchy moment. And the soft close drawers that Natart has installed on this option is so great. Imagine changing your little one with their diaper setup on the top of that dresser and then just being able to use your hips to give it a close and not having to worry that it's going to make a really loud noise. Of all the options we've shown you, Natart really knows what they're doing when it comes to a soft close option for your dresser. So here's where your decision starts to get tough. I want to introduce you to the Yuzu 8-in-1 crib from Babyletto. So there are so many things to discover about this 8-in-1 option. Let's start at the top. This is made in Vietnam, so because of that, we know that we're going to have a metal mattress support as well as 4 different levels of use. So here's the beauty of YouTube. You can go ahead and rewind this video back to the beginning to see that our first option from Babyletto was the Hudson crib, and the Yuzu also has those 4 different height levels for your mattress, but it is quite low to the ground. You can compare all of the different cribs that we covered today, but again, as a shorty, I think it's important to note that this is a lot lower than some of the other options that we reviewed today. So, what makes this 8-in-1 crib so great, and what are those modes? Well, essentially, included with your purchase is a built-in bassinet. So, as you can see, we have the bassinet that can be used up until 3 months, and then it can turn into a midi crib option that can be used up until 2 years old. So here's what makes this cool. Your mattresses, the size for your bassinet seen here, and the midi are also included in this 8-in-1 crib option. This is great for anyone who lives in a condo or has a really small space because you don't need to purchase a bassinet as well. It can morph from this bassinet into the crib later in life. I'm absolutely obsessed with the fact that this is on wheels because you can just move it from room to room. I'm thinking about when your little one reaches that 6-month mark, and maybe you're thinking about sleep training or having them do some of their crib naps in their own nursery. You can easily have this bassinet or midi style right next to you in your primary bedroom, and then roll it down the hall into their nursery to have and practice those little cat naps. I'm telling you as a mom, that is a really cool feature. As well, you're gonna save some money because you don't need to purchase a bassinet. Babyletto does make these custom sheets that you can purchase that nicely fit onto these custom-made mattresses. So it's just important to note that they've got you covered with all areas. So let's move this aside and talk about some of those other 8 options. Just like the cribs before this one, you can have a toddler rail conversion kit that can be attached to the front of your crib simply by just removing this middle piece. And if you take a close look, you can see that you'll still have these left and right pieces, allowing you to have a daybed style with the front piece removed, or as well a junior bed where you remove the front and the back of your crib panels. They've really thought of everything with this 8-in-1 option. With lots of different conversions, the Babyletto Yuzu gives you, the parent, all of the control, and there is something about that that I just love. Okay, friends, I had so much fun hanging out with you today. I can't wait to see your nurseries come to life. And though it's fun to choose paint colors and wallpaper and, that nursery aesthetic vibe for your little one to welcome them home, it is important to note that your mattress is going to be one of those important purchases. At Snuggle Bugz, we really care about car seat safety, so we say that infant car seat is number 1, and number 2 is your mattress. Your little one is going to grow and breathe on that mattress for years, so make sure you add that to your list of things to do. As far as lead times, 4 to 12 weeks, come into any nestled showroom or purchase your furniture online at snugglebugs.ca. We are here to help you on this journey into parenthood. Lastly, you can see I'm in a nice recliner, so I guess that's next up to research for you and your family. But if you are looking for a bassinet or another sleep option for your little one as they come home from the hospital before they start using their crib, we do have a really great best of series on our top 2025 bassinets right here on YouTube for you to check out. Lastly, we did style some of our cribs with sleep sacks or little muslin swaddles. And let's just have one last reminder that in order to create a sleep safe environment for your little one, you don't want to have any loose blankets or stuffed animals in the crib with them. Safety first, always. We hope you are feeling confident with your choices. Please DM us or comment below with the crib that you chose. I am personally invested and I can't wait to see your nursery come to life.